Hey there. I'm a few days late because Crash Landing came first, but I wanted to talk about the implementation of the Mastery Camos in Zombies and Blackout in the most recent update. It's too funny not to. This was a feature I was really looking forward to, and I think most people agree could have been done better. Is that fair to say? Alright, there are two main parts of the update people aren't loving. First up, some people were upset that there aren't different Mastery Camos, that the Gold, Diamond, and Dark Matter are a straight up copy-paste from multiplayer. Honestly, I didn't know so many people were expecting it to be different. From what they said, I assumed they would be the same, and that wasn't a big deal for me. I was still excited to grind them out separately in those modes, because to me I care much more about what the camo represents. So if you see someone with Dark Matter and Blackout, you know, hey, that dude unlocked Dark Matter and Blackout. That's enough for me to have fun grinding it out. That said, yeah, it would be cooler if they had some variation. I know I saw someone on Reddit hue shifted the gold camo to blue and green for Blackout and Zombies, since those somewhat represent them to reflect the blue tiger and green tiger. That would be alright. Personally, I'd prefer if maybe Zombies had a bright blood red copper and Blackout had a silver or a chrome or something like that, taking a page from World War II. I think those would look real clean. Or maybe a pitch black type of camo to replace the gold in Blackout. And then for Diamond, of course you can't change the color of the diamonds, because part of the camo is when you get kills, the diamonds change color, but you could again change the golden parts of the gun to the same thing as the gold camo, and then for the Dark Matter, you could just hue shift it to blue and green, and that would be pretty sick. The top tier purple stage of Dark Matter could remain the same, because that's an homage to the original. As I said, that part is not a big deal to me, but yeah, it would be cooler, so I'm not going to try to tell people not to complain about it. Go for it, have your voice heard. I think it's definitely in the cards for them to change that if enough people care, just like how in Black Ops 3, when the 100% calling card kinda sucked, they made a cooler one. Okay, I'm gonna switch to some more Blackout gameplay here I'm really proud of. I don't normally mention the gameplay, but I did really good in this game. On to the second part of the update, which I care about a lot more. The way they decided to implement Blackout Camo progression, and my god, what a mess. I'm on the side that nothing would be better than what we got. I don't say that as hyperbole or to be an asshole. I know not everyone feels that way. I will explain why I do, and exactly how I think it could be improved. Not gonna lie, when I first heard the news about finding paint cans, I was still excited. Picking up some paint here and there sounds kinda fun. I like scavenging for unlockable stuff, but the system fails on two fronts. One, actually playing the game as intended, going for kills and wins, should be a much faster way to earn the camos. The system shouldn't encourage you to do the exact opposite. And two, the entire point of the Mastery Camo is to go out of your way to prove you mastered every weapon in the game. That's what makes it cool to earn and show off. I know it is different without Create a Class, but I'll get to that. Back to the first point, how this system really disrupts gameplay, encouraging you to avoid fights, and really not play the game at all. That's why I think this system is worse than nothing. It really screws with the gameplay. I know you could just say, well, you can still play normally, nobody's forcing you to unlock the camos, but I was really looking forward to doing that. I'm Mr. Challenge Hunter over here. If there's a thing to unlock, I must. Why couldn't it have been fun? So step one, like I know everyone is spamming, you should get paint from kills and wins. I completely agree. Also put some paint in airdrop crates, anywhere that encourages fighting, action, high risk, high reward. And then to keep it in balance, you can make the regular spawn rate of the paint cans much more rare. You should be excited when you find one in regular gameplay. You should not be dropping somewhere far away, hopping on an ATV, and driving down the road, stopping every 50 meters to pick up roadside garbage. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but why play a battle royale game when you can be the Blackout Janitor, literally cleaning up trash around the map? Am I playing Call of Duty or was I sentenced to community service? Next on the docket here we have, okay, you are charged with having too much fun playing the game. How do you plead? Guilty? Alright, I sentence you to 100 hours of highway cleanup. Jesus, dude, how did everyone approve this idea? Now, I do actually think that having paint cans is a good part of what I would consider a good system, but I think they really messed up by not making the technical camos related to the gun. When it is purely about paint cans, there's no glory to that whatsoever, even if you did get paint from kills. And with what we have now, I'd be embarrassed to use Dark Matter in Blackout. Nobody will look at it and think, oh damn, that dude has Dark Matter, better watch out for him, he's good. No, they're gonna say, what a fucking loser, look at this dude with Dark Matter in Blackout. How many days did he spend picking up paint cans, idiot? When they were working on this update, they said they wanted to preserve what the camo represented in the different modes, as opposed to just letting you unlock it in multiplayer and use it everywhere. Some people didn't like that, but I was in full support. I wanted to unlock it in each mode to represent that I had mastered the weapons of Blackout as well. How on earth does what we got preserve what dark matter represents? What were they thinking? Well, excuse me, that's a dumb question. I do at least know what Vonderhaar was thinking. He's talked about it on Twitter a fair amount. I'll go through his counterpoints to the feedback. He says something like headshots doesn't work when you don't have a loadout and respawns. You'd be mad if you couldn't find a gun. Find gun, dead, the grind, torture. Vondi, my guy, the grind isn't torture. That's the entire point of the mastery camo. You have to endure some kind of hardship in order to have some kind of payoff. And when it comes to the RNG of needing to find the guns, I get it, but hey, there are some zombies guns that are only in the mystery box, and you need to do a buttload of grinding with those, which is why when I play zombies, I like to strategically look for those and try to be working on them whenever I can, because I can do the wall weapons whenever. And I think a similar strategy could be applied in Blackout, focusing down the rarest weapons, which is why in my idea for the system, I think it's okay if you keep the paint cans for unlocking the performance camos, even though that's also pretty dumb sounding. Yeah, you're really showing off how well you can perform by picking up paint. But especially if those changes were made where they're more rare, so they're actually fun to find, and you get more of them from kills and wins in airdrop crates, then when you spend your paint to get through those initial camos, you can access the technicals, and there we would find some familiar stuff, challenges that are specific to that weapon. So you could strategically unlock the technical camos on the rarest weapons first. Like, you get your paladin challenges unlock, then work your way down to the more common weapons. I think that would be fun. It isn't torture to be looking for a specific gun on the ground. I think that sounds awesome. I want that feeling of excitement when I find the gun I needed to work on. And if I don't find it for a couple games in a row, well, the gameplay is still fun. I'm enjoying the looting and playing Blackout. You know what isn't fun, on the other hand? Picking up paint for every single camo. And when it comes to the technical camos, if they want to make it on the easier side, which they clearly do, that's fine. I'm not trying to make a system that only appeals to the elite. Lord knows I'm not the elite. Getting a 0-kill game is not that uncommon. I'm not complaining about the system because I'm amazing at the game. Far from it. I just want something to actually earn, a goal to strive towards. I like having a fun mission to complete every time I drop in. So sure, don't make the camos crazy hard. I don't want to be getting a bunch of wins with every weapon, or 100-meter kills with the RK7 or any of that, but some basic stuff like get 3 headshots with the gun, 3 kills no attachments, 3 kills with all attachments. Yeah, that'll take some looting. I don't see a problem with that. That sounds fun too. Your friends can all be looking for the attachments you need. Another challenge could be 2 kills in the same life with the gun, even if you only have to do that one time. Something that puts a little bit of pressure on you to mirror the 5 kill streaks in multiplayer. And another challenge could be finish top 5 with the gun a couple times. There you go, 5 technical challenges. Those sound fun to me. Not overly stressful, not torture. If even the 2 kill streak idea is too much, here's another. Get 10 zombie kills with the weapon. Doesn't even involve PvP. Anyone could do it, but that would still be a thing to do with every gun. You'd have to try to find it, and then make your way into a zombies area that's still in the zone, encouraging more fights, more action. And of course, the challenges could vary a little bit based on the weapon class. The Hellion could have you destroy an occupied vehicle. So I get it, not having loadouts and quick respawns should change how it is designed, but monotonous paint collection was not a suitable replacement. On the other hand, searching for guns that you need to grind, fun, I think. In fact, I know, because there are the reactive camos to unlock for a few different guns right now, where you need to find the gun and get some kills with it, which is basically the same thing as I'm describing, and I'm loving doing those. Vonderhaar goes on to say, we don't need camo challenges to drive you to use other guns, we can do that with special modes, like ambush. I think this is completely missing the point. We want a dark matter grind where we can work towards something to prove our mastery of the weapons. To prove that we voluntarily put ourselves at a disadvantage to get all those pistol kills and have something cool to show for it. Playing modes that limit weapon type can be fun, but is completely irrelevant. He follows that up with, not everything in the game has to be about skill. For the game to grow, it has to work for everybody. Basically, completely coming out and saying, this was designed for noobs to feel like they got something cool. Which is a concept I wholeheartedly disagree with. As I said, I am not a gun skill elite, but there's no feeling of accomplishment in picking up paint. It is the opposite of playing the game. Emergent stories, alt behaviors, and overall variety and spice. There's no variety in gameplay here. There are no stories to tell. Nothing spicy about paint collection. There are plenty of noobs who aren't brain dead, people who maybe aren't good at the game, but who want to get better at the game. They don't want to run around and pick up paint either. If you're not a master of the game, that's cool. I don't want to exclude you. Everybody starts somewhere. I really hope you enjoy your time playing. But you aren't entitled to the mastery camo for participating. I would prefer a dark matter grind that I'm not even good enough to finish than having unlocked it with paint. Vondy's final comment about it at this time is saying that Blackout isn't meant to be competitive multiplayer. We're trying other things. Character unlocks aren't always skill-based either. Yeah, sure, I don't have a problem with that. I'm fixated on this because it is dark matter, which, in their words, is supposed to represent something. It's a mastery camo. It represents weapon mastery. This update was supposedly made to preserve what mastery meant in Blackout. I just can't believe that mastery is defined not as getting kills or wins, but picking up trash. So that's where I am with the Blackout Camo update. I'm still excited to be getting more into Blackout, but I really thought this camo system was going to be a super fun motivator, and it just wasn't. To summarize what I would have liked to see, keep the paint idea for the performance camos, except make the paint earnable through kills or even damage dealt, and wins, and in airdrop crates as well, and to balance that, make them much more rare on the overworld, so they still exist, anybody of any skill level can still find them, but they're much more fun to stumble upon, instead of driving down the road going from paint to paint. Anyone of any skill level could also rush in to loot an airdrop crate, and that would make for some fun chaos for the people playing the game normally. Then make the technical camos tied to the weapon. I think that's very important to preserve the idea of weapon mastery and make it something fun to hunt for, even if they're pretty simple like I described. I don't think needing to find the right weapon is a problem. That sounds like fun to me, definitely more so than what we have now. Unfortunately, I don't see anything like that changing. People are already well on their way to unlocking it all, going hard in the paint, you could say, so they would have to refund the paint people have already spent on technical camos, or else I imagine there would be some upsetment about that. I do think it's possible that they will add the other skill-based ways to earn paint faster, but I'm not holding out hope for the weapon mastery aspect being preserved with the technical camos, which is quite the bummer. Honestly, the most likely change I can see happening is them recoloring the mastery camos, because that seems like it would make a lot of people happy, and I don't see how it would take that much effort. Well, that's all I have to say. Had to talk about this update. Thought it was pretty damn funny how they managed to make something I disagree with so strongly. You can let me know what you thought about the update. If you think I'm talking any sense or I'm being a fat-headed idiot, that is very possible. I guess I was just expecting it to be similar to unlocking the reactive camos, but that'll teach me for having expectations. Not even high expectations, just expectations. Those are dangerous. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.